Okay, Tuesday morning, and I'm live on location on the other side of the yard. There's the boat Rust-Oleum and the TD6 known as Communist Cat, because when we got him, he only turned to the left. All right. Okay, so today we woke up. He was +1, but feels like 0. So that equals 2. All right, on the yo-yo scale, +34 Fahrenheit, but feels like 32, which is like freezing, okay? All right. Also, too, on WikiWalk, all right, I can't comment or reply to comments. As soon as I put it in there, it's removed. Yes, even if I put a happy face or anything like that on WikiWalk, I can't reply to the comments. Yes, isn't that unreal? So it's been like that for the last week. So I don't know what I did. I must be in the penalty box on that social media platform, or the ex-wife got a job there. Yes, unreal. 13 or 14,000 followers on WikiWalk, and I get maybe 200 views or 300 views on a video. But oh well, I'm having fun at the end of the world as a YouTube influencer. Yes. So today we're not sure how we're going to influence the people of the world. Or yes, the people of the world today. Most likely, have a drink. Yes, that's probably the most positive thing we can do today. Yes, we're not sure what we're going to do today. We have loose ends things to do. I need staff for some things in the wilderness. Like we got to clean up some more scrap metal and some wood for her. But we have to have a full staff. Yes, but she should be done today at her house. So the town is doing an excellent job of getting that little water problem handled and stuff like that. Well, it's better they do it now when the sun is shining than when it's 40 below and everything is freezing. Excellent. All right, let's scroll this way. Not much to see on this side of the yard except for how clean it is. Yes, we've spent the summer cleaning up, getting organized, and everything is on display. Yes, so at my estate auction, the auctioneer can drive around and just point to the items like this and have a sale. Yeah, I'm working pretty smart, eh? That way the staff doesn't have to do it when I'm gone. But I doubt it. I'll still be around. I'll live for till infinity and beyond. Oh, Buzz Lightyear. Okay, so that's looking good. We're doing a full scroll here. Yes, everything is lined up, looking good. Clean. I like it when it's clean. We've always kept it clean. Yes, I was never a junkyard. We're recycling. Yes, as the snow comes, we can start moving the sleighs down there. Move them up into location. Yes. All right, that's impressive how organized the place is. We're going to have lots of room for the cats and the sleighs this winter, not like last year bumping into everything. All right, so we did the full rotation. I just about said revolution or something. Oh, there we go. All right, we better go. Here comes the boss, so it's a short intro. Okay, since I have no staff today and working unsupervised, I thought I'd use the last of the pressure washer today and then drain the hoses. So we got the water tank from the house. We got to pressure wash the inside out because it's green and fuzzy in there. Yes, the WHO-ville water grows. Yeah, but minor detail. So over here, oh, went too fast. You guys got dizzy? All right, so over here, I figured I'd grease the loader one more time because once it's in the heated little shed there, it's pretty tight or whatever to do any greasing. So yesterday, or this past summer, I noticed the steering wheel seemed to be binding. So, you know, the steering wheel is old, everything is old, so I figured I'd maybe grease it. So when I pulled the plug out on the gearbox, because the steering box is actually a gearbox, the grease on the end, or the oil on the end, was more like grease. So I pulled the plug out of the bottom, down here, and nothing came out. Everything is in like a solid liquid form. So then I got the harebrained idea, maybe I'll just top it up with some expensive 75-90 lube, okay, which is the winter ratio for gear lube up here. All right, so that was a mistake. So now, like when I said I do, so now for purposes here, I have the loader up in the air. We're not going to walk under it due to safety reasons, so this is a disclaimer. So this black tube here, okay, that goes down to the steering box, okay. So what I did was to put a little valve on the end. Actually, it was pre-made. And I'm pouring down diesel fuel in the little squirt container. So fill it up, the air will come out, the diesel fuel will flow down and lubricate the oil, which is now in the solid form of being grease. So that's today's project, is to try and get some lubrication in the steering box. I think we can do it. I don't know if we can. This might end up being a winter project. Just keep topping up the diesel fuel in the steering box and hope for the best. Okay, we're gonna have a late lunch because I got all greasy because I greased the loader. You can see the gobs of grease everywhere, and that's the way we do it because the bushings are so loose. When it's up in the air, the grease goes in, and then when you set it down and the bushings tighten up or whatever, the grease oozes out. Okay, so we got this set up here to drip into the steering box. So we keep pumping the diesel fuel down the little tube there, so this works out good. And also too, Sir Rodney switched us over to this grease here. Okay, it's got the Canadian flag on it, and it's made in the US, and it's red and tacky, and I mean tacky. So all these years we've used the Petrocan EP1, but they don't return my phone calls or emails, so it's been a year, so now we switch over. Oh well, their loss, my gain, because now we're dealing with red stuff instead of green. All right, let's go have some lunch. Okay, to test out the steering with the diesel fuel in the gearbox or whatever, we move these pallets up here. So got all this pallets up on the rock outcropping, so now they won't sink away or rot or anything like that. So cleaning up these debris piles along here, we're utilizing the space. So we have the D7 parts, the big road drags, and then we have the greater parts. Okay, the Adams 550 known as Gomez. All these lips. All right, so now this is looking good. For the first time ever, you can actually see how beautiful it is. We've cleaned up all this mess. There was debris and everything back in here over the years. We filled it up, and that sun is in the south just above the trees. Let's go a little higher so you guys get blinded by the light. Oh, isn't that a rock and roll song? Okay, so over here, this is what we did this year. We got rid of the barrel rack that was in this corner for almost 30 years. And the plane was sitting right here. It's now on top of the tank shed there or whatever. So now it's part of the marketing. And we got rid of that tank down at the shed at the front gate. So it's now the morning intro sign. Plus we got rid of the barrel rack there that became the trailer, okay, with the deck on it, which has all the pallets on it inside the new shop. So this is looking good. So we've cleaned up this mess. This yard was a mess when we came here with sleighs, debris, scrap metal, wood, you name it. So this is looking pretty good. So now we're going to have a good winter because we have lots of room to pull the sleighs to film with natural trees in the background, not debris and garbage. Okay, now it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's get back to the regular scheduled programming of quickly pressure washing the motor and the loader and the green fuzzy stuff out of the water tank, and then we can drain the tanks behind the house or at least pull the pumps so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, done with the pressure washer for the year. So the tank is washed, the loader is just rinsed off on the motor. We got to make sure that radiator is nice and clean. So now we can start draining the water lines. Okay, here's the water lines that came from the tanks over here that was fed from the roof. Okay, so that kept our water level even. That sure beat hauling that extra 1,000 gallons at a time every time we use the pressure washer. We'll be leaving the water in those tanks for a while yet because we don't know if it's going to freeze yet, or we could use it for fire or something like that. Okay, so now we got to drain these hoses, coil up the electrical plug so we can plug something in this winter, and we got a mess to clean up here. We got the garbage tub right here ready to clean out the dog pens and shovel, but I think I'll wait for the staff to help me. I could have a slip and fall injury. Okay, next thing on the list, right there. Oh, there. Now it's in English, upside right. Okay, is to remove the pipe from the eavesdropping water collector mabob thing. Okay, and that board at the end, because we want the snow and the ice to fall off the roof. We don't want to contrap it or anything like that because that's a lot of weight on the roof. So let's get this done and then we can have a coffee. Okay, that went rather well, except for some asshole painted over the screws. So it was hard to get the screw gun into the screws. But oh well, I'll recover with a few beers to get over that emotional traumatic experience. Okay, got out all the rain spout and everything put away in the trailer, so it's marked, well marked, so if I forget by spring where it went, I know where it is. I didn't put it with the other sewer lines or wood because I might use it in the middle of winter or anything like that. Okay, so the next thing on the list was the tank was leaking around the spout, which was normal. This tank is the same age as the staff, So of course you're going to get old and dry out and everything like that. We also have to run the full ball valves at the back here, they're all steel. Anything with plastic doesn't work. As you can see, we're heating it and melting it. That's using the tiger torch there for when the water was frozen and stuff like that. Then we got smart and went for the electric pump in the top, so we didn't have to worry about Mr. Valve being frozen all the time. I don't know, hauling water at minus 40, the valve freezes? I wonder why. All right, let's go drink some coffee and maybe have a shot of Crown Royal in it. Okay, lots of shadows, and the last thing we got to do on the list is remove the pipe from the wilderness trail. Yes, we have to use the 39 because if we use the mini hoe and load it in the quad trailer, how do we unload it when we get back in the scrap pile? So let's do that today, and we'll get some extra film footage. So I'll have to use the me phone on the tripod, so bear with me. Okay, I back down the wilderness trail because I don't want to drive down and then turn around at the muskeg because mostly I'll get stuck and I have no staff, so then I have to walk back, get the cat, and then pull the truck out and then walk back with the cat and walk back, get the truck. Oh, it's so confusing, like Father's Day here in WHO-ville. Alright, I'll set the me phone up because the pipe is just down there. So I'll set the me phone up on the tripod and then we can record my mistakes. Okay, that went rather well because it's an awkward piece to deal with, okay? So we got this end being, how would you say, look at the thickness of that. Okay, so these clamps just barely fit in here. I have no idea what they were using this pipe for or what. Well, whatever. But the main thing is we're cleaning up the wilderness and we're utilizing what we have for equipment. Okay, now everybody's going to say, oh, you should have hooked onto it and dragged it. Well, look at the wilderness road here. Okay, we're up and down it for the last 27 years. There's no ruts, there's no damage, there's nothing. We keep it smooth and we maintain it as being smooth. Once you make ruts, it makes a mess. All right, let's go drop this off at the scrap pile. Okay, I decided to work a little late because these sheets of steel are actually dry. Because in the morning, if I went to mark them, they'd be wet with dew, okay? So this is the roof off of the welding canopy that was right here where that slaves were, or the tanks are. Okay, for 27 years it was the welding canopy, and then we tore it down to make room and make the yard look pretty, plus recyclable steel. The AC/DC bidirectional sleigh box needs a lid or roof on the top to keep the snow out, the trees out, and everything else. And then if we go to heat a welder or anything in there, we need a roof. So what we did here is the steel is a little bent, so we flipped it over to make it look pretty. And I laid out the lines here. So tomorrow in the morning dew, I can use the plasma cutter to cut out the pieces needed for a roof. Okay, so this back sheet here is kind of a little bent, but that's okay. We got the loader, we got a cat, we can drive it over and make it, how would you say, flat? Or close to being flat? All right, so this is the joys of recycling at the end of the world. We redo it, reuse it, and this steel is probably over 50 years old because it was at the mine, and then I got it, and I've had it for 27 years, so I'm reusing it, repurposing it, so we might get 100 years out of this steel and use it one more time.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville, and I'm up early waiting for the town to come back so they can finish off my sewer line. It is quite a mess down there. I tried my best not to flush the toilet or send much water down the line. That way it's not as wet for them in the hole when they go back down there to fix the sewer. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make breakfast. I'm not sure how much I'll record today, but I'll try my best. Wow, look at these tomatoes. My red one is really bright now, and then I got two more that are slowly turning red as well. I'm not 100% sure what these are, but you guys have been telling me they are cherry tomatoes. I can kind of tell because they are small and they're not really big, but they're still something. I will give it another day, and then I'll pick that red one maybe and give it to my dad as a treat. We look into my garden bin. I have a couple big red chili peppers coming in. We got one there, one up there, and there's a couple over here as well. I did prune this one a little too much, but that's okay. I'm experimenting. I want to see if it'll help it, but these guys haven't died off yet, so that's good. I'm not getting my hopes up though. I said that last time and they all fell off. Just before 9 a.m. and the town has arrived, they inform me that they are changing all of my water pipes that come out of the house, and they are going to be changing all of my sewer pipes. That way it's done right and they won't have to worry about it again, because they said just leaving it the way it is or trying to patch up what's broken isn't good enough for them. So they are going to replace about 20 to 30 feet of my pipes today, so it's going to be a long day. Forgot to show you guys yesterday, but I was able to get all my wood moved out from my basement into my little wood room here where I put all the pallets down. Doesn't look like very much after you stack it all in the corner here, but I still have lots of room for some more. This is just out of the way, that way if my basement does flood or something happens, the stuff is up off the ground. I think my 5 carrots are doing pretty good. They're not flopping over and they're actually standing up straight now, so hopefully they are turning into carrots underground. I won't know until I actually pull them up, but I'm gonna let them sit here for a while. I even got other carrots popping up over here too, but these guys will take a long time to get to this point. As you can see off into the distance, the fog is slowly rolling back in. We even got some frost on the ground still. I'm just waiting for the town to come back. They just dropped off the backhoe. They went to go grab all the pipes and fittings and stuff so they can fix my sewer and my water line today. Just finished cleaning my dog pen. Sorry about the background noise. They'll have the backhoe going all day, so bear with me. This is how my garden's looking so far. It's slowly changing into its winter form. I had to put my rhubarb back outside because it wasn't growing and kept dying off in the house, so it's back out in its front garden here. I'm not sure if you're able to see that. So hopefully that'll grow next year as well. And then we got my raspberries and a few other odds and ends in here, but they all seem to be doing good and cycling out for the season. The town has come back and they are prepared. Now it's time to get back into it and have my sewer and water line fixed today, I hope. They just finished fixing my sewer line and now they are working on my water. They are replacing both of my water lines for a good 30 feet. That way it is all new and I shouldn't run into any more problems. They got the water and sewer lines both fixed and replaced. It looks a lot better. They already started filling it in before I could get any video of it, but that's okay. I'm just glad it is fixed. Once they are done filling it in, they'll move the quad shed back into place, and then I can put my quad back in there. Hopefully I can go to the kingdom this afternoon and see what we're doing over there. Lunchtime now and they are officially done. They just roughed it in for now because everything has to settle. I can't put my quad shed back into place either because the ground's all squishy and stuff, so if I move it, it could sink down. So I'll be parking my quad into the skidoo shed for the next week or so, but they said once it settles, they'll cover it up some more and keep filling it in, and then they'll move my quad shed for me. Now it's time to head in and make lunch. After lunch, and as you can see, I have my fishing bag out. Yes, I am going fishing today since there's nothing going on in the kingdom and I am done with the town and they have my yard all put back together. I have some free time. I'm just waiting for my buddy to come over so we can head on out. I'm still too sick to go canoeing, but we will be going out in the canoe before the snow comes. Made it down to the first fishing spot over by WHO-ville Airport. You actually just go this way and you're over at the airport. I came here a bunch of times in my rotation of spots. We'll try here first and we'll work our way back to Lynn River. As we're walking to our next fishing spot, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but those are our squirrels. They are not very big compared to the ones down south and everywhere else, but look at this little guy. Don't attack me. And there he goes. They are very small. They're about the size of a guinea pig maybe. They aren't very big. Down south I've seen some pretty big rabbits and squirrels. Like they are double the size of what we have. Now he's all the way up there eating his nuts. At my second favorite fishing spot, as you can see by the ground here, there's lots of leaves. I haven't been down here in a long time. It looks a lot different. Look at this. No leaves on the trees. Wow, last time I was here it looked like fall, now it's starting to look like winter. Hopefully we can catch some fish here. If not, we'll keep making our way to Lynn River. Hour later and no luck at this spot, but that's okay. Gonna head down to another one just off to the left here. We'll continue on to Lynn River, hopefully make it there before the sun goes down. I do have to head back into WHO-ville and go edit and send all the videos out, but let's continue on. Down at another fishing spot. Sorry about the construction behind me. There's some people working on their yard. This is in between the water treatment plant and the school. As you can see, my little dock is still here, and they even added another piece of wood. So let's get fishing. Had no luck at this spot, but that's okay. I don't think the fish are liking my hooks right now, so I'm going to head on down to Lynn River and go try out one of my other favorite spots. And if I don't have any luck there, I guess I'll be eating craft dinner tonight for supper. Down at another fishing spot by Lynn River. This is where I used to come all summer long, and I caught a couple pickerel / walleye here. I've been catching a lot of jack, but I haven't caught anything today, so it looks like I'll be having craft dinner or maybe potatoes tonight for supper. I'm not very sure. I'm going to give it a couple more casts and then head on back because I do have to be back by 5 o'clock so I can send all the videos off to my dad. Over at Lynn River now, had no luck at the other spot. I'm just going to go stand on the rocks in the middle there and cast out a few times. I end up coming fishing by myself, so I don't have my human tripod today. But next time I'm sure Buddy will come out fishing because we do have to do more fishing before the snow comes. So I'm going to head on down there, leave my phone and stuff on the side. That way if I fall in, it won't get destroyed. Had no luck at Lynn River, but that's okay. Now it's time to head on back into WHO-ville so I can edit all the videos, do my weather, and then finish up. supper time and I just got back from fishing. This is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's 14 degrees Celsius, which is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind actually picked up when I went out fishing, so the sandflies weren't as bad, but I did have my bug net. Sadly, I didn't catch anything and I wasn't able to use a tripod because my dad was filming and I didn't have my human tripod. Now it's time to head inside, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, we're done for the day. Look at the shadows. That's me waving at myself. Oh my, I better go see Dr. Fraser Crane. All right, let's quickly scroll this way. Look at that. So we'll get these little loose ends cut and ready to go in the shop for when the snow comes. Yes, and we got the water tank fixed for the winter, hopefully, but it'll probably spring a leak somewhere else. Look at the skies. Clear skies and no dick, which is nice. And there's the sun setting in the south. Yes. All right, let's keep going this way. That sun is bright. I can't see. Maybe I'm not even focused on anything. And look at the flags. They survived another day in the kingdom and enjoying themselves. All right, let's go make a video, drink some beer, walk the dogs. No, let's walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and we'll talk to you guys later.